What's going on YouTube? Chris here. Want to bring you all a quick update today of Bitcoin. Right now we're sitting at 7,838. We're down 1.19%. And what I want to do is talk to you today of the importance of technical analysis. I know some people in this space say that it's just all 100% manipulated. Other people say you have to strictly go off the fundamentals. And what I want to do today, guys, was just show you simple things, just looking at Bitcoin here, that technical analysis can save you tons of percentage and also can make you tons of percent in this market. And a simple thing was, like we were talking about when I did that video on Sunday, a trend line break. When we broke out of this, I was out of my Bitcoin position and I was waiting, which I still am now, to find that bottom so that I can buy back in. And what I like to do is go off these technicals. I don't care what's going on in terms of the fundamentals. When I see a trend line break, after we've been in an uptrend for the amount of time that we've been in, there's a serious break on heavy volume, you have to take that very seriously. And we also lost the 200-day moving average. So those are things that you really need to pay attention to, and learning these things can help you greatly. Look at this trend line break, and we fell through our support level in green here that we had at 8,244 that needed to hold. And what we're looking at now, we're sitting directly on top of the 0.618, and I'll break out my Fibonacci here in a moment. But what you see is this huge climatic dump that we had into a long leg doji here on heavy volume. So there's a lot of shifting between the bulls and the bears at that area. But what we saw is a pretty weak reaction. And this is what this is a reaction right here after a powerful, this is a really powerful dump, guys. A small little reaction, so it wasn't really strong. So what that is people who were caught in this big dump here, they're waiting to sell into strength, and then you have another dump down, and you can see we had a bearish engulfing candle right there. So we're going to have to see if this area can hold, and this is the 0.618. I want to pull out my Fibonacci here just to show you how these levels work. So if we go from our swing low up to our swing high, you can see right here we're sitting at this 0.618, which we bounced off of before. That's when we had that little weak reaction. We're back on top of it again, and this was also a previous support area back in here. After we had a really strong move to the upside, we fell down very hard and aggressively as well, and then we continued this move to the upside. But right now what you have to realize is we are in a downtrend. We are moving now into an intermediate term downtrend. Lower highs, lower lows. You can see the volumes coming on these big impulse waves down right here. You can see another impulse wave down right here. So that would confirm, the volume is confirming that the trend is officially down, and it's down hard right now, guys. And what you're looking at now are reactions. Right here we had one, here's another one that we had, here's another one that we had, and then this one was a pretty weak one. So we need to see, we either need to have some type of consolidation on top of this 0.618 to try to find the bottom here, or one of those BART patterns essentially where you fall real hard, move sideways a little bit, and then right back up, because we really need to get moving. Otherwise we could be dropping down to 7,389 fairly fast. And that's just how these things work. And then be down to that 0.786 is what I would look at next. But this is the space, guys. We pump extremely hard, we dump really hard, and a lot of times we will get those retracements back to the 0.618, and then from that 0.618 you can get a move back to that basically 0.382 is a common area, and that would be back testing this trend line, which is still a possibility. If you take a look at this trend line here, I get the Fibonacci off. Sometimes when you have trend line breaks, it can take up to about 13 days or so. You fall hard, and then you'll make that move up. But it's a little less likely to do that right now, just because this reaction move that we had would have been the one most likely to come back up here and test it, and we did not get that. So that's something important that you want to pay attention to. Now, in terms of the indicators, I want to get into our relative strength index. So our RSI on the 4-hour is at 32, so we're right around that oversold area. But as we know, Bitcoin can get extremely low, guys. RSI, for Bitcoin, what I really look at for oversold in terms of like a 4-hour is somewhere down around like 15, 20, those type of ranges that I would want to be buying just to play that quick reaction, then a lot of times let it go again. And I did that with Litecoin last night. So I bought in at $48, rode it up to $51, and then got the heck back out of there, and I'm waiting for another opportunity. So sometimes I will play those reactions, get in quick, knowing that I'm going to be selling out because most likely the trend's going to continue to the downside. And capital preservation is the #1 thing in this market and in these markets. Even right now with everything going on in the world, cash is king right now. People want the cash so that they can look for good opportunities to buy Bitcoin or good opportunities to get in some type of stock or whatever, or a company that they've wanted to get into for a long time. But right now we're just in that sticky spot all around the world where people are selling the rallies is what's taking place. And as they sell the rallies, well, after we have a big drop like this, they know that maybe they can get 1 or 2 waves up here, and then it's going to be another drop down, and they release them, and then there's that big wave down on heavier volume. So as we step out now to the 1-day chart, just want to show you this quick. Want to take a look at the candles here. So here's our trend line break. Very long, strong candle there. It was almost like a Marabazoo candle to the downside. Very powerful on heavy volume. And then right here, we've just had kind of almost like a doji candle, a little bit of a longer leg doji candle. And then here, we're going to have to see what we end up with. But because we're going to have to wait for the close today. But we're going to see, guys, if this is the area now where the bulls are going to step in slightly and try to get a little bit more of a reaction, or if we're just going to be having that next dump down. So what I'm going to do is put an alarm at $8,000. I want to see if we can get back up above that, and I want to be alerted if we do, because then maybe we can start moving back up and testing this trend line. And then to the downside, I want to be alerted at $7,649. So we'll throw that in there. And then I also want to point out on TradingView something to you here, and this is just going to kind of go along. Do you see on the 1 day how it's right now showing 19 for the sell, 8 for neutral, 1 for buy, oscillators 3 sell, 7 neutral, 1 buy, and then the moving average is 16.10, and you can see all the sell signals over here. So that's kind of what I was talking about with my analysis. Guys, we're in a downtrend, so people are going to be selling these reactions when they do come in, just like there. So I just wanted to point this stuff out to you right now until we really see a trend reversal and we start making a higher high and then a higher low and then a higher high and keep moving. But right now we're just in that downtrend, and just be prepared and be cautious, okay? That's the main thing that I can tell you. Be prepared, be cautious, put your alarms in, your alerts, and just really watch this market and don't FOMO into position. There's always going to be another opportunity in this space. You can see how many times we pump hard and dump back and forth all around. Just really be patient. Know that we're in a downtrend right now. We just broke down through our trend line, and we're going to see if we get support off that 0.618 Fibonacci. Those are the things that I'm looking for today. But right now I'm currently sitting back in cash waiting for a great opportunity to buy again and get this moving. So you get something from these videos, guys, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let me know down below. Appreciate you all being here with me today. God bless.